Testing. Okay. Oh shoot. I'm supposed to fill that with water. Okay, so welcome back. I'm still kind of working on the Tsugi, getting Tsugi cartridges to work with Moodle. I've identified a bug, how Moodle doesn't handle ampersands and URLs, and that was contributing to it. But the bigger problem was I was generating 1.2 cartridges and they weren't valid, and I've cleaned those up. I'm generating 1.1 cartridges. I didn't really need anything from Common Cartridge 1.2 anyways, and this makes them work in more LMSs, right? You know, and so that was a smart thing to do. So what I'm working on now is I'm working on the fact that Moodle has a really weird way of launching LTI tools. It launches them in a frame with no navigation, and it's not something that is expected by Tsugi. So Tsugi expects that if it's in a frame, there is outer navigation from the LMS, and you'll see how this works. And I don't know if it's a bug or not, but I'm just going to work around it, and I'll show you how it works. So, so I'm going to go into the Moodle sandbox and make a new class, admin sandbox. Let's make a course. Course restored. What's this? Is this mine? No, someone else is playing around. Let's make a new course. Site administration, courses, add a course, add a course, add a course, manage courses and categories, chuck, playground. Make this miscellaneous. I'm going to, or create a new category, create a new course. Create a new course, chuck. 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 Save and return. Is it going to work? Yay! Courses. Dashboard. Courses. No courses. Home. Chuck. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an LTI. Oh wait, before I do that, so I've got like this guy right here, and I am going to use a thing called local tunnel. This is local tunnel. I've done this, so I'm going to do a local tunnel minus local tunnel. It's actually LT. Minus P 8888. Oh, one too many units. Okay, so now what happens is I've got this URL that is my local map on my computer. So now I've got to go into this Python for everybody, Tsugi, change the config, and actually, we're going to call this, we'll change this to be local tunnel, and then we're going to make this be this. So now at this point, if I go to local tunnel /pry4e, fix that. Oh, the static is funky. So I need to change the static to the, here we go. gotta. So the static assets aren't coming out right, so if you do use page source, it still thinks that. It just refreshed itself, so it's right. If I go, where was I? If I inspect element, the dang view source. If you look here in the head, you'll see that this was going to localhost 8088, which isn't what I wanted to do, especially because it was HTTPS. And so now I got this, and so that's going to be fine. So now I'll hit the refresh, and all my Chrome shows up because I got my static right. So I got this one thing that I can make it be local tunnel. Let's do this. Let's put a little comment in here. Okay, so now I have local tunnel. That's gone. This means now I have a real address. And so now I can go into my course. What am I doing here? I guess I don't need no stinking Twitter. What just happened? Oh, reset. Dang. Yeah, it's exactly 3 o'clock. My Moodle reset. Admin sandbox. Needs to reset this every hour. I need water. Be right back. In Sakai, we reset every 12 hours. It's every hour. That's pretty crazy. Hi, Terry teacher. So let's see if I can do this faster now. Courses. Manage courses and categories. Create new course. Chuck. 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 13. Chuck. Save and display. Chuck. Turn editing on. Add an external tool. And so I need, God bless it, it's not going to work. What's going on? Connection refused. Hope this doesn't blow up all the time. Local doesn't. Okay. So I need to, I think it's going to be mod 10. I think that's it. Yeah. Pennies tool. Pennies tool. So now I can use this. That be secure tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Secret. Yeah. Save and display. So it's going to go blink, blink. So there we go. So the problem, this is the weird part. But it's not a new tab. I don't get it. So if I hit, it's going to come here. And so my code actually does not display a button to get out. There needs to be like a go back to Moodle or something. Go back. I don't know why Moodle does this, but I'm going to work around it. Work around it. Okay. There's the let's figure this out. So, find dot minus name. Now let's do this. Grep minus R is Sakai. Star. Oh, let's go to Tsugi. Minus R is Sakai. There we go. So I have these things that tell me if it came from Moodle or Sky. And this allows me to sort of hack things in the source code when I think an LMS is doing the wrong thing, and then all of the so this XTLMS is a parameter that we added. It's kind of recommended, and thankfully lots of people do it. I recommended it like when it first came out. Thank God it's there, and I already verified that it's there. It's passed in the post data. Let me show you that. New developer JavaScript console. Okay, so I got to look at network. Ooh, I wonder if the frame resize is working. So I'm going to hit refresh here, and then we'll be able to look at all the Moodle page, and then now we can see the 10 page, which is a post that then redirects. But we can see the parameters that got sent. XTLMS Moodle-2, so I'm going to check to see if it starts with Moodle after converting it to lowercase. So now I have an is Moodle, right? And Canvas does things, and Moodle does weird things, and so I'm going to do find output.php. So output.php has this thing called that does the nav, and it sets up the nav. And Canvas. Okay, Canvas test. Interesting. What is this? Oh, might as well do this while I'm here. Oh, this will be dangerous. It's always dangerous to change Coursera code because it's running in production, hundreds of people, thousands of people a day. But hey, if I break it, I break it. Okay? It's going to be dangerous, but we might as well just break it. Break it, break it, break it. Break it. Whoa, it's going to be so scary. Okay, let's just try. Let's see if I blew it up. Okay, so that's not bad. So okay, so I didn't create a super bad syntax error at this point. Control G cd logs tail. So let's just kind of keep an eye on the log while we're doing this in case I sneak in an error and I don't catch it fast enough. Okay, so now what I want to do is within a frame. Set. Menu nav. So here we have the menu nav. Where is the JavaScript? What did they send us? if not launch in Moodle. We're going to put that top frame out no matter what. So that's no. We want to show it when we're in Moodle. If we're in Moodle, so I got it to show in Moodle only. I'm currently going to the done URL. I'm going to the return URL. Let's see if that makes it happy. Works for me. Moodle told me to go back to that URL when I was done. And I did. And it works. And like, doesn't pop up in a new window. Gives me a little iframe guy. Now what happens if we do this? We tell it where to say go into a new window. Doesn't seem to allow me to go into, which is okay. Which means that my code is like competent. You know, my code is fine because it's going to work every time the same way. It's going to like go to this weird. It'd be so beautiful if they would just leave it sit there, but I got it done here, and it worked. Whoa! Reference. That's a weird error message. Oh. What happens if it refreshes? Is there something that causes that error message? No, that's not my error message. Get status. Tsugi. Get status. Some code review. Note to self: I might start blowing up on Coursera now. Yee! I'll be able to test that pretty quick. I just got rid of the kind of hard-coded code inside that thing and used some utility code, built the utility code, taught it about Canvas and Coursera. I'll test that too. I'll test it in Coursera once I upgrade production. Oh no, gotta look at all of it. That all looks good. No bad spacing. Bad spacing, looking good, looking good. Yep. You see that there are some things in LTI that are a little different. Thank heaven that you're using the LTI library, the Tsugi LTI library, because it ain't all the same, and you're going to spend a long time debugging every stinking one of these things to make a good user experience with LTI. Because while the protocol works, it's just like how it functions is different. So I am forced to test all this stuff with all these learning management systems, and then you just use my library, and then you're lucky as a just super lucky. Get status, PHP unit, happy little, get commit -7, add nav a case for Moodle, get push, get push, get log. Oh, how come I can't hit tab? So I need to log into production, so I'll do that off the screen. Okay, so now we are logged into production. Get pull, I don't think there's anything new. Tsugi, just put something there. Tsugi library. No, forgot to get push. Get push there. Oh, get commit -A. And Moodle bits for now. Okay, so now I should be able to edit this resource and switch it to production's up, production's fixed, done. Loving it. Okay, let's go see if it works on Coursera. Fun for everybody. Program for everybody. Go course. Hello world. Chink, chink. Done still comes out the exact way it's supposed to, so that's good. So now let's go to Canvas. And oh, I'm still logged in here, so that's cool. This material, auto grader, hello world in Canvas, come on, auto grader. Yep, in a frame. New frame, not open in a new frame. So it's not supposed to show the thing when it's in this frame. This is how I want it to look like. For Moodle, it has all this stuff around it, but we detect it automatically. Let's pop this baby up in a new tab. Save that, and then we should see this up in the window, and done shows up, which just closes the window, and so my code, my Canvas code is working well as it's true. So okay, so that's good. Tested Canvas, tested Coursera, tested Moodle. This kind of works. I mean, if it would compile, it probably would. Okay. So Moodle iframe is alive. That's fixed, so I can cross that off my list. But it definitely shows one of the cool things about Tsugi is that this navigation stuff is the hardest part. I mean, if you look at that code I was playing with, it's got ifs all throughout, it's got JavaScript, it's got these dynamic things that, and you just don't worry about it. You say, you know, if there's nav needed, my library figures out what your tool needs, and you don't have to worry about nav. You just say, give me nav. But sometimes it's in a new window, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's now in this weird iframe that requires a... So, okay, well, I'll sign off. That was pretty easy. It's easier than I thought, so I'll sign off and come back to work on something else.